Picture yourself sitting in a crowded cafe, the hum of conversation and clinking cups swirling around you, yet you feel strangely alone, adrift in a sea of noise. Your phone buzzes relentlessly, each notification a tiny tug pulling your attention away from the moment. Your mind races with deadlines, bills, and the nagging sense that you're missing something vital, something that would make life feel less like a checklist and more like a gift. You're not alone in this. The modern world is a relentless tide, flooding your days. With distractions, obligations, and the pressure to keep up, leaving you overwhelmed, disconnected, and yearning for a quieter, more meaningful existence. What if the key to reclaiming your peace, your focus, and your joy wasn't about doing more or having less, but about embracing the spaces in between? This is where Japan's minimalist art of space, enters your life, not as a fleeting trend, but as a profound philosophy that can free your mind and transform the way you live. Ma is the pause between notes in a melody, the empty space in a painting, the quiet breath between your thoughts. It's the intentional embrace of absence that makes presence possible, and it holds the power to help you carve out a life of simplicity, intention, and deep fulfillment. Let's journey together into the heart of Ma, exploring how this elegant concept can guide you toward a clearer, more purposeful way of being, one that honors the spaces in your days, your home, and your soul. Have you ever stopped to notice the spaces in your life, the moments of stillness, the gaps between your tasks, and wondered what they could teach you? In our fast-paced world, it's easy to feel like you're drowning in excess. Your inbox overflows with unread emails, your home is cluttered with things you rarely use, and your mind is a tangle of worries about the future and regrets about the past. The pressure to consume more gadgets, more trends, more experiences leaves you financially strained and spiritually empty. You might feel disconnected from the people you love, as conversations are rushed or interrupted by screens. The constant noise of social media fuels comparison, making you question your worth, your choices, your path. You're not failing. You're caught in a culture that equates busyness with success and fullness with happiness. Yet deep within, you sense there's another way, a way to live with less noise, more clarity, and a deeper connection to what truly matters. Ma offers that way. The word itself is deceptively simple, a single syllable that carries centuries of wisdom. In Japanese, *ma* translates loosely to space or interval, but its meaning runs far deeper. It's the deliberate pause in a conversation that allows words to resonate, the open space in a room that invites calm, the silence between musical notes that gives a song its soul. Ma is not emptiness for its own sake, but a purposeful absence that enhances what remains. Rooted in Japanese aesthetics and Zen philosophy, Ma is a cultural cornerstone, visible in the sparse elegance of a traditional tea ceremony, the clean lines of a haiku, or the tranquil expanse of a rock garden. To understand Ma, imagine a bamboo flute. The music doesn't come from the bamboo itself, but from the spaces within, where breath flows freely. Ma is that breath, that space, that possibility. Its origins trace back to ancient Japan, where space was revered as a sacred element. In Shinto shrines, the empty areas between structures were as vital as the buildings themselves, symbolizing the presence of the divine. In no theater, Ma is the pause before an actor's movement, charged with anticipation. In architecture, Ma is the open veranda that blurs the line between inside and out, inviting nature into the home. This reverence for space reflects a broader philosophy, that less can be more, that absence can be abundant, that simplicity can be profound. Ma is not about stripping life bare, but about curating it with intention, so that what remains, your time, your possessions, your thoughts, holds deep value. Now let's bring Ma into your world. You might wonder, how can a concept about space help me with my chaotic schedule or my cluttered mind? The answer lies in Ma's ability to create room for what matters most. Modern life often feels like a canvas painted edge to edge, with no room to breathe. Ma invites you to step back, to clear space, to let the canvas of your life have margins where beauty and meaning can emerge. It's about pausing before you respond to an email, decluttering a single drawer, or leaving an evening unscheduled to simply be. These acts of creating space don't solve every problem, but they shift how you experience your days, offering clarity, calm, and a renewed sense of purpose. Let's paint a scene. Imagine you're cooking dinner, the kitchen, a mess of pots and half-chopped vegetables, your phone buzzing with work messages. You're stressed, rushing to get food on the table. Now try Ma. You pause, take a deep breath, and clear a small space on the counter. You focus on one task, slicing a carrot, noticing the rhythm of the knife, the vibrant orange of the vegetable. The chaos fades, and for a moment you're fully present, finding joy in the act itself. Or picture a tense moment with a friend where words are flying too fast. Instead of reacting, you embrace Ma, letting a quiet pause hang between you. In that space, you find the right words, and the conversation deepens, becoming a moment of connection rather than conflict. These are the gifts of Ma, small, intentional spaces that transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. The benefits of embracing Ma are as wide-ranging as they are transformative, touching every facet of your life. Let's begin with your mental well-being. In a world that bombards you with stimuli, Ma is a sanctuary for your mind. By creating space, whether it's a 5-minute pause to breathe or a clutter-free desk, you reduce the mental noise that fuels stress and anxiety. This space allows your thoughts to settle, giving you clarity to prioritize what matters. Imagine starting your day with a quiet moment. No phone, just you and a cup of tea, letting your mind wander without agenda. This simple act of Ma can ground you, helping you face challenges with a calmer, more focused mind. For example, when you're overwhelmed by a looming deadline, a brief pause to clear your workspace and breathe can shift you from panic to problem solving, making the task feel less daunting. Physically, Ma encourages you to honor your body's need for rest and balance. Modern life often pushes you to overdo, overwork, overexercise, overcommit, leaving you exhausted. Ma invites you to create space for recovery, whether it's a night without plans or a slow walk where you notice the world around you. You might approach eating with Ma, setting the table with care, eating without distractions, savoring each bite. This mindful presence can improve digestion, reduce stress-related tension, and foster a deeper connection to your body. Consider Rachel, a 38-year-old nurse who felt perpetually drained. By practicing Ma, she began leaving 10 minutes between appointments to stretch and breathe, noticing how her body felt. Over time, this small space reduced her fatigue and rekindled her love for her work. Emotionally, Ma is a gentle guide to resilience. By creating space to feel your emotions without judgment, you allow yourself to process anger, sadness, or joy more fully. Instead of suppressing a difficult feeling, you might pause, name it, and let it be, trusting that it will pass. This practice fosters self-compassion, helping you navigate life's highs and lows with grace. In relationships, Ma creates space for deeper connection. A pause before responding to a partner's words, a quiet evening without distractions, these moments of space allow love and understanding to flourish. Imagine sitting with your child, no agenda, just listening to their stories with full attention. That space becomes a gift, strengthening your bond. Spiritually, Ma opens a path to meaning and wonder. Whether you follow a faith or simply seek purpose, Ma invites you to create space for reflection. What do I value? What brings me peace? These questions, explored in quiet moments, can guide you toward a life aligned with your deepest truths. You might sit in a park, watching the leaves fall, feeling a sense of connection to something larger. Over time, these spaces weave a thread of purpose through your days, grounding you in gratitude and awe. In your career, Ma is a tool for creativity and balance. Work often feels like a race, with no time to think or innovate. Ma encourages you to create space, pausing before a meeting to gather your thoughts, clearing your desk to focus, or leaving gaps in your schedule for unexpected inspiration. This space fosters clarity, helping you make decisions that align with your goals. Take Alex, a 45-year-old project manager who felt stuck in a cycle of burnout. By practicing Ma, he began scheduling white space in his calendar, 30 minutes with no tasks, just time to reflect or jot down ideas. This led to a breakthrough project that earned him recognition and renewed his passion. Financially, Ma aligns with simplicity and conscious choice. Instead of filling your life with more purchases, Ma invites you to create space to assess your needs. You might pause before buying something, asking, "Does this add value to my life?" This space can lead to wiser spending, like choosing one high-quality item over several cheap ones, or redirecting money toward experiences that bring joy. Ma also helps you find abundance in what you have, reducing the urge to keep up with others. For instance, instead of upgrading your phone, you might create space to appreciate its features, rediscovering its value. Environmentally, Ma fosters respect for the world around you. By creating space to notice nature, a tree's shadow, the sound of rain, you deepen your connection to the earth. This awareness inspires sustainable choices, like using fewer resources or choosing reusable items with care. You might clear space in your kitchen for a compost bin, treating it as a mindful act rather than a chore. These choices reduce waste and bring a sense of harmony, knowing your life treads lightly on the planet. Creatively, Ma is a spark for inspiration. Whether you're an artist or simply want to live more vibrantly, Ma creates space for ideas to emerge. Instead of forcing creativity, you allow it to unfold in the pauses, doodling without a plan, cooking with whatever's in your pantry, or sitting quietly to let your mind wander. Consider Maya, who always wanted to write but felt blocked by perfectionism. By practicing Ma, she began writing for 10 minutes each day. No goal, just space to play with words. Her journal filled with stories, and she found joy in the process itself. To highlight Ma's power, let's contrast it with the habits that weigh you down. Imagine two versions of your life. In the first, you're caught in the modern rush. Your days are packed with tasks, your home cluttered with unused items, your mind crowded with worries. You're always reacting, never pausing, and life feels like a blur of noise and stress. Your relationships suffer from hurried conversations, your creativity is stifled by pressure, and you're disconnected from your purpose. Now picture the second version, guided by Ma. You move through your days with intention, pausing to breathe, to notice, to choose. Your home is simpler, with space for calm. Your mind is clearer, with room for reflection. You listen deeply to others, create with joy, and live with purpose. The difference is profound. One path leads to chaos, the other to peace. Ma is sustainable because it's not about deprivation, but about curation, choosing quality over quantity, presence over distraction. It's a practice of creating space, not to empty your life, but to fill it with what matters. So, how do you bring Ma into your life? The beauty of Ma is its accessibility. It requires no special skills, just a willingness to pause and create space. Let's explore a wealth of practical steps, each designed to help you cultivate Ma in your daily life. These steps are small, intentional, and deeply transformative when practiced consistently. Start with a daily pause. Each morning, before you reach for your phone, take 2 minutes to sit quietly. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and notice the space between your breaths. Set an intention. Today, I'll create space for what matters. Place a small reminder, a pebble, a candle, on your bedside table to anchor this ritual. This pause sets the tone for a mindful day, grounding you in Ma. Next, practice mindful spacing in your routine. Choose one daily task, brushing your teeth, making coffee, and create space around it. Slow down, focus on the sensations, and let the moment breathe. For example, when washing dishes, notice the warmth of the water, the slip of soap, the rhythm of your hands. Write down one thing you noticed afterward. This exercise trains you to find Ma in the ordinary, turning routine into ritual. To deepen this, try a space journal. Each evening, spend 5 minutes reflecting on a moment of Ma you created or noticed. Describe it vividly, as if painting a picture. I paused before answering a colleague's question, feeling the quiet space hang between us, and my response felt clearer, kinder. This practice sharpens your awareness of Ma, fostering gratitude for life's quiet moments. Another step is to declutter with Ma. Choose one small area, a shelf, a bag, and approach it with intention. Hold each item and ask, does this belong in my space? Let go of what doesn't, creating room for calm. Unlike rush decluttering, this is about savoring the process, noticing how each empty space feels. For example, clearing a bedside table might reveal a surface that invites peace, perfect for a single flower or book. To apply Ma to your schedule, try white space planning. Each week, block out 1 hour with no tasks, no errands, no screens, just space. Use it to sit, walk, or think without agenda. This space might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's where clarity and creativity emerge. If an hour feels too much, start with 15 minutes. Reflect afterward. What did this space allow you to feel or discover? For relationships, practice Ma through active pausing. In a conversation, let a brief silence follow the other person's words before responding. This space shows respect, allowing their thoughts to land and yours to form. Notice how it deepens the exchange. You might also create space for connection by scheduling a distraction-free evening with a loved one. Phones off, just presence. To counter digital overload, try a Tech Ma ritual. For 1 hour each day, use your devices with intention. Open one app at a time, notice its purpose, and pause before clicking. This creates space in your digital life, reducing mindless scrolling. You might rediscover offline joys, like reading or gardening, approaching them with fresh appreciation. In your work, embrace Ma through focused pauses. Before starting a task, take 30 seconds to clear your desk and breathe. This space sharpens your focus, making the task feel less overwhelming. You might also experiment with task spacing, leaving 5 minutes between meetings to reflect or stretch, creating a rhythm that feels sustainable. For creativity, set aside a Ma play session. Choose an activity, drawing, cooking, writing, and approach it with no goal, just space to explore. If you're knitting, notice the texture of the yarn, the rhythm of the needles. If you're writing, let words flow without editing. This space frees your creativity, reminding you that joy lies in the act itself. Of course, embracing Ma comes with challenges. You might resist pausing, fearing it's unproductive. Acknowledge this with kindness. It's your mind craving the familiar rush. To move past it, start with tiny pauses, like a single breath before answering a question. Over time, these moments of Ma become natural. Another challenge is the urge to fill space, whether with stuff, tasks, or noise. If you feel compelled to buy something or overbook your day, pause and ask, what does this space need? The answer might be nothing, a powerful realization. You might also face skepticism, wondering if creating space can truly change your life. Reflect on moments when a pause brought clarity, like a quiet walk that sparked an idea. These reminders reinforce Ma's value. If you feel overwhelmed by applying Ma everywhere, focus on one area, your home, your mornings, and build from there. And if you slip back into busyness, be gentle. Ma is about returning to space, again and again, with compassion. To enrich your practice, weave in related ideas. Ma aligns with mindfulness, the art of being present. It resonates with stoic detachment, letting go of what you can't control. From psychology, Ma connects to negative capability, the ability to sit with uncertainty. The Japanese concept of Wabi-Sabi, embracing imperfection, complements Mei's love of simplicity. These ideas deepen Ma, offering multiple paths to its wisdom. Let's bring Ma to life with a story. Meet David, a 40-year-old accountant who felt trapped in a life of clutter and stress. His apartment was stuffed with unused gadgets, his schedule packed with obligations, his mind clouded with worry. One day, he read about Ma in a magazine and decided to try it. He started small, clearing a corner of his desk and sitting there for 5 minutes, just breathing. The space felt strange but calming. At work, he began pausing before emails, creating space to think. His responses became clearer, his stress lighter. At home, he decluttered a closet with Ma, letting go of old clothes with gratitude, noticing how the empty space felt like possibility. He scheduled an evening with no plans, sitting with his wife, listening without distraction. Their laughter filled the space, rekindling their bond. Over months, David's life transformed. His home became a haven, his work more creative, his heart more open. He even started painting, using blank canvases as spaces for joy. David's story is yours to claim, one pause at a time. As we near the end, let's reflect on Ma's gift. It's not a cure-all, but a way of seeing, a gentle invitation to create space in a world that demands fullness. By embracing Ma, you choose simplicity over chaos, intention over reaction, peace over noise. You create room for clarity, for connection, for the life you've always wanted. Imagine your life a year from now, shaped by Ma. Your home is a sanctuary, with space for calm. Your days have pauses, moments to breathe and be. Your relationships are richer, your creativity alive, your purpose clear. You move through life with ease, noticing the beauty in a single leaf, the power of a quiet moment. This is the life Ma offers, not by emptying your world, but by filling it with space for what matters. So start now. Take a breath, notice the space it creates. Look around. What can you pause, clear, or let be? This is Ma, and it's yours to embrace. Carry it forward, trusting that each space you create is a step toward a simpler, more intentional, more joyful life. The world is full of possibilities. Will you make space to see them? _separator, _lions, _script, _separator, 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 _.